What is the fat boy lawyer on X's problem with me? I don't know. Look, some private details about my life were made public. A bunch of people always complain to me about keeping things private. When I tried to make some things private, some guy just went out and, decided to make them public, although he didn't do it fully truthfully, which is great. I haven't been able to talk about a bunch of it. And so I'm just kind of sitting here holding myself in fury and frustration because, man, I'm a person who likes to talk, so I don't want to not talk about me, my favorite subject. But that's the cards I've been dealt right now. What I can't figure out is how any of this stuff affects almost anybody, because the people that it affects are the people that are around me very, specifically and frequently. Everybody else is watching a show. And I don't begrudge people for watching a show, but calm down. Like, I didn't do anything to you. You weren't invited to that party. You wouldn't have wanted to anyway. So it's a mystery to me as to why everyone is so offended. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. Because it had nothing to do with them. And I still don't know how they're mad about it. Oh, and if you want to say a dumb thing, like I gave my kid cocaine, I didn't. Nobody did. It's not a thing. I don't know if you know this, but it's not good for children to have that. So there would be some health effects. There would be some problems. There's nothing like that at all. It's not real. And can't really get into it right now because of the nature of streaming. But trust me, there's a way to know that your child has not consumed drugs. Right? There's a really easy way to know that your child hasn't consumed drugs. And I really hate to be frank about all this stuff, but I'm really tired of it too. Everybody's like, oh, you did this. I didn't. Nobody did. That's insane. I know about lard. Yes. I've encountered Sean and Kurt and most of LawTube, actually. Bunch of fat losers. Remember when I said LawTube was like a horrific den of snakes? And that I wanted no part of it? Yeah. Most of those people choked to death on something, so I have no compassion or pity left for any of them. I used to be nice. I'm not anymore. I'm kidding. I'm still nice, just not to them. Runkle's good people. Jeff is funny. Yeah, there's some individuals who are really great. As a whole, LawTube has always been a really bad idea. First of all, if you ever want to take something decent and ruin it, you just add a bunch of lawyers. So that's one problem you got. The next problem is just the rampant jealousy. And then most of these people just aren't entertaining. They're not charismatic. They're not really that interesting. They have expertise and experience that makes them interesting. But as people, you can try talking to them if you want, or you can read a phone book to yourself in the dark. You'll probably do better with the second option. So it's always been a disconnect. I mean, one of the funniest things that happened recently was when Nate went on stream and flat out lied and said that I promised to pay people and didn't pay them.
And you don't think about giving it to any of your, just at least saying, hey, you know what? I know you're helping me. You're coming to my channel every day, helping me get these views and subs. It's not me, just break off a little something, or even like a gift or something. But none of those people did that. And matter of fact, I think Nick even promised a couple of people to actually break them off a piece and never broke them off a piece. So just to let everybody know, it was the thing that broke. The reason why
that's some hot goss I never heard.
Oh yeah. No, there's I don't know if he wants. Well, there's two people. I don't know if they want me to say their names, but they say they were promised by Nick a piece of some of the action, and then it disappeared, and they never got it. So, and that was the reason. That's kind of what broke everything up.
I don't promise to pay any of these people. Are you serious? Why would you? No one does that. No one pays people in this business. They don't do it at all.
But hey, what'd you pay her? $125?
150.
Yeah, well, that's good. You got her out of your life for the rest of your life.
Well, first you want 125. First you want 125, and then she said 150. Then I'm just like, I just had to get rid of her.
If you do my show and I pay you, and then you do Ray's show with Rob Saul for free, then you're never getting paid again. That's a fact.
Doesn't matter who you have on. Doesn't matter where you go. Some shows, like big productions like Timcast or whatever, they'll fly you out. They're not paying you. The Blaze didn't pay me to show up. I mean, maybe they paid somebody, but not in the streaming circles that I've run. No one has ever offered to pay or suggested they should be paid. I mean, some people have tried to entice people like DSP, but no one does this. No one pays anybody to show up. It's mutually beneficial. It's good to network with people and to expand your audience and theirs. And also, even if you're networking down, so to speak, like you have a heavily overlapped audience and yours is much larger, it doesn't really matter because that interplay that you have with the other person, even if you're not bringing in new people, it endears you to the existing people. So there's no reason to pay anybody unless you're really trying to land some big interview with someone who has some sort of exclusive. I don't do that because I don't care. Like, I shouldn't say I don't care. I care. I just don't care about those things most of the time. So I don't need to pay anyone for that. I'm not looking for that information. Anyway, back to my story. So it was demonstrated on a live stream where Nate's sitting there talking about this mystery where I'm apparently going to pay people for Rittenhouse, which I did say I would reach out to people and get them sort of thank you gifts or do something nice for them. And I did to everybody who deserved it. So they all got that. And Nate speaks for himself. I don't know what anybody else says about that. I don't know if people remember. I don't know if they know exactly what I did for them or whatever, because I didn't make like a big production or deal out of it. I don't do that. Other people do. Why? I don't know. You know, I just went around and did nice stuff and got people places. I made a bunch of large super chats and made small super chats, you know, for years to people all over the place as a thank you. Oh, and they can also thank me for their 6-figure incomes that they got because they were on with Rittenhouse. Like, there's your thank you. You're welcome.
And I use the super
Legal mindset. I'm poor.
Legal mindset.
Legal mindset. Felton. Suffer.
You were eating good, man.
Suffer legal mindset.
You ate good.
Your poverty 20K.
So I included not only the super chats, but also the ad revenue from replay views, live views, ad premium based on Recaita's data. And then I minused the YouTube cut and also the Apple tax, which I assume that like 60 or 50% of people are using Apple devices.
So Nate mentions this mystery money that no one can identify where I actually ever promised anybody to have it. And Kurt says, well, I didn't see any of that. It's like, well, Kurt, that's because you're as interesting as glass, man. You're dull.
Johnny Depp and all these other things. Having 10 lawyers come onto a stream and talk about the case is so valuable. So valuable. Because don't forget, that's what blew up.
And I didn't see any of it.
You're smart, and I kind of liked you, but
it blew up.
And I didn't see any of it.
Oh my gosh, being his friend is like pulling teeth out of a horse. And it's like, that was fine. I don't mind. I've had difficult friends. And I really wanted to help Kurt out. I offered to help him in several ways throughout my friendship with him. But for him to sit there and act like I promised him something and he didn't get it. I mean, he didn't get it because he couldn't earn it. And that's not my fault. A bunch of people tried to help him with the streaming stuff, but he's not interesting. He has a lot of knowledge. He could be interesting. He needs some charisma classes or something. I don't know where they give those. I almost feel bad saying it. I would have felt bad, a couple weeks ago or whatever. I don't now. Screw him. I don't hate people, but I don't have to let snakes in the garden.